Welcome back to another episode of Cutting Stems, the after show, Bachelor edition, week 7.
It's
flying by.
It is flying by. There's only 6 ladies left. We are in the beautiful Jasper. I'm actually sad. Unfortunately, we don't have Rhea with us today.
I know.
Because
she loves Canada.
This entire episode, actually, we probably would have been talking about the landscape. So
without question.
She was like, if that's what Banff looks like, we're booking our tickets.
Jasper's beautiful.
Jasper looked stunning.
It was a stunning place. One, again, that I had no idea about. Like, I know that there are beautiful places that exist that look like that. I did not know that it was quite as beautiful. Alberta as well. It's like Jasper, Alberta, Canada is like what they kept saying. And truly, truly a breathtaking backdrop.
It really was.
Yeah.
It was, not to jump ahead, but it was the perfect backdrop for a hot tub out of nowhere date. Like that's,
I was thrilled when I saw that.
It was, thank God.
It had been a while too.
It really had been a while.
Hot tub up until this point,
I think they were like, oh, we're going to throw people off the scent and not do this anymore. And then there it was.
No, for this setting, you put a hot tub in the middle of nowhere.
What do you think was a better hot tub? That hot tub? Or the one where they were in like Holland or something and it was like all the flowers? Remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember that one.
Was that Clay and Rachel? Maybe? Or Rachel and somebody?
I do not.
I don't remember who
I will
it was.
not be able to remember that.
Me neither, but I do remember the day. I do remember the hot
like
tub.
the rows of flowers.
Yeah, it was like
beautiful.
the most stunning shit of all time.
The tulips.
Yeah.
Tulips.
Yeah.
It might be recency bias, but I like this one more.
This one was
I was going to
gorgeous.
say, I think this is... That backdrop looks fake, you know? It looks like
It
you're
looks
in
like
front of a green
screensaver.
screen. Yeah, completely. So they're in Jasper. It's stunning. They're all talking about how stunning it is. There's 6 ladies left, which means we're down to the wire here. Hometowns are next. These one-on-one dates are crucial. There were 2 one-on-one dates, Daisy and Kelsey A, both repeats. I mean, I think everybody's gotten a one-on-one at this point. So
yes.
Jen got one, right?
Jen got
Yes,
one. Jen was
Jen
like the
got
first
one.
one, I think,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, Jen was early.
The surf date.
Yes. So I felt like it was kind of telling because it would have made sense if like Daisy and Jen had got one-on-one dates because their one-on-one dates were
a while ago. Yeah.
But I think it just shows how the connections he has.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall pretty much when
It definitely
the
was.
episode started. Yeah.
The Daisy one-on-one was great. You know, they went horseback riding. They, like I said, the hot tub in the middle of nowhere. But Daisy is probably the least far along, I guess you could say, maybe in this process. Like she's
At
like, I
this
really
point,
like him.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm really willing to say at this point.
I feel like they were hot and heavy at the beginning and everyone was like, Daisy is it, Daisy is it. But I do think that there's something to be said about the amount of time between her last one-on-one date and this one because they really haven't had much time in between.
Yeah.
It does.
And I don't know.
It does feel like once it gets down to this number, it gets into like a semantics argument. Like these other girls have said, oh, I'm falling for you. I'm falling in love with you.
Right.
And Joey seems a little stuck with Daisy where he hasn't heard that yet. And then on her side, she's saying, I could see us falling in love.
She's like, I can
I'm not
see
there
myself
yet."
falling.
It's you almost, I would get lost in it. Like, and I'm glad that Joey ended up giving her a rose because if he had not given her a rose and sent her home, I think that would have been a mistake because I think
agree.
they're closer than it would appear.
Right.
Yes.
Like they're further along. They're pretty close where the other girls are. She just hasn't said, oh, I'm falling for you. But I think they're all the girls with Joey are in very similar places.
Yeah.
She also at least was honest. I do feel like sometimes these girls will say, I'm falling in love with you prematurely just to stay.
Yes.
And I feel like she was really honest. Like, yes, I could see myself falling in love with you. I'm not going to say it just to get a rose tonight. And Joey, can see that she has good intentions, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I do agree with that, but it does worry me for the future with Daisy in this scenario because, bless you.
Thank you.
If that was such a cute little sneeze.
Held it in.
If
I barely heard it.
Yeah.
I was like, was that a sneeze?
was
No,
really,
that's-
was trying to be
that's-
really
that's how cute it
incognito about
was.
Yeah.
yeah, because if Joey goes and meets Daisy's family and Daisy's like, I really like him, but we're not there yet. Her family's gonna be like, okay, so
well, then why is he
fucking
here?
why is he
Yeah.
like, get rid of him? Like
Totally.
not get rid of him, but like, oh, And it's kind of tough because they can't necessarily put Joey. I think it's not fair of them to put Joey on the hot spot of like, oh, well, you know, what are your intentions? How do you feel about my daughter? It's like, no, I really like her. She really likes me.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying. That's
previews,
it, you know? Like,
again, not to jump ahead to the previews, but it does seem like everyone has a little bit of that well, you're dating other girls vibe to it. We have to remember
a lot of classic parent feedback in that trailer.
This is the show. It's the nature of the show.
Yeah.
You can't hold the Bachelor or Bachelorette accountable for the fact that they are dating multiple people at once, or you can't hold it against them.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody does, but they always have to acknowledge it.
True.
I said, with the way Daisy and Maria were like feeling a little skeptical this episode, but Daisy's just not that far along. Maria was a little more skeptical. I said before we started recording, I was like, honestly, Joey's those might be the final two, and that's why it's a disaster.
Yeah,
because he picks the two that are like the most hesitant. You know, that's how it feels as of right now. We'll see if that changes, but
it's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah.
I really do think so.
It is.
I know. God, what happens anyway?
Everyone.
What the hell happens?
Everyone's too in love is the thing.
I know.
Everyone's fallen too hard, and some people are willing to admit it, and some people aren't willing to admit it. But I think that really, at the end of the day, everyone is just a little too in love with Joey.
I think Joey does really respect Daisy's honesty too, and he did give her the rose. He's like, you know, I do see a future, so like, let's see what happens. The group date is very Canadian
flannel shirts,
flannels, logs, lumber ladies.
I feel like I always ask this, but is this a date you guys would like? Maria did not have a good time.
No, I don't think so. No,
I don't think so either.
I love a good flannel.
I like a flannel,
but I could
not
get down chopping wood.
Yeah, I could get down with like an outdoorsy moment.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna come out of the date with like a sore shoulder or like, you know, back pain, I'm not really in for it. You know,
that's fair.
I also think I agree with you. And at this point, group dates would drive me crazy, and it seems like it drove at least Maria crazy.
Yeah,
it's like, what are we actually doing?
Right.
Like we're playing these weird games. Daisy and Kelsey A are getting one-on-ones that actually matter. What are we really doing out here?
Maria's head is going in a million different directions because Maria is trying to like pull the dating moves that she would do in the real world on this show, and that just doesn't work.
It doesn't work, right? It's
like
just it's not real life.
Like kind of playing a little bit of the hard to get, like that conversation that they had, and it was they do the whole lumberjack date. It's not that exciting. Kelsey T wins the competition, but like that's the whole date. They all have great conversations with him, but Maria kind of comes in, and I feel like she saw Jen kissing him, and that made her feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And I think she went in there kind of trying to be a little like, I don't know if I can do this. You know?
I agree.
100%.
Like,
that's exactly
and
what
like for him to be like, no, you what? Like to the point where, because Joey kind of was like, is this it? Like, are we done?
Yeah.
And she had to get up and like, I think she had to get up, go into the other room and be like, okay, regroup.
Yep.
Might have overplayed it a little bit.
Yep.
She comes back out and she's like, I may have overreacted.
Yes. Joey was kind of ready, like, if she says yes, then she's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
he's like, can I walk you out?
Right. He was
100%.
like, if she comes back, she may just leave, because he definitely was like, okay, so is it over? Like, are you leaving?
Right, because what is he supposed to do about this? Like, I guess maybe this is the first time that Maria's been, I don't know, felt threatened maybe.
Right. I mean, hey, I like the shot. If you're Maria, you're like, maybe I'll throw it out there. Maybe he'll just say, it's the whole show's over.
Whole show's over. I'm running away with you. Yeah, you never know. Crazier things have happened.
So yeah, like she came back. She's like, I reacted. I want to be here. You know, it's just, and it's super fair. It is tough. It's very hard to see. She kept saying like, I just want him to myself. Like, I want him to be just mine. Valid.
Felt like she got a night portion of a one-on-one with how much time they spent together.
Yeah, that is true.
At one point, I was like, "What are the other girls doing right now?"
Yeah,
because it felt like they were together for a long time.
It did.
Probably be pissed if I'm one of the other girls.
I thought
especially this far down the wire.
That's right.
I'd be like, okay.
I thought they were going to cut to them being like, "What's going on in there? Why is it taking so long?" But I think you're spot on with all of the Maria takes.
Yeah.
Took her shot.
She did, and not to say that she obviously isn't feeling overwhelmed about the other girls, but there's a little bit of like
like relax. Yeah.
Like, you know that there's other girls there.
Right, exactly. Like, this is not I think it was, I think it was like a freak out.
Like
the first
too, you know?
It was very like, you know, if you like me, like,
I just don't know if I can keep doing this.
Yeah, it was 100% like the shadows of an ultimatum. And
Right.
It was like, all right, Maria, this is The Bachelor.
also
Remember,
great-
we love you. We've been saying great things the
because
whole
it's just
time.
I
like
love
the way
Maria.
she said
I love her
it, and
still. I love her still.
If Joey immediately was like, okay, if you feel that way, then maybe this is over. Like, she would have been like, whoa,
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
yeah.
It was
Fine,
great.
hold on.
What it was great for was promo. Like
Yeah.
leading up to the episode, it was like, wow, is she gonna leave?
Yeah.
And then even she was like, not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. The other one-on-one was with Kelsey A, and they did a polar plunge. Super fun.
She was so hype about that polar
She
plunge.
was so excited.
Joey was not.
She seems
Joey was
down
not.
for everything, you know? Like
She just didn't she say something like it's been like a bucket list thing of mine to like do a
Just
polar
getting
plunge?
really cold water.
Yeah, I
And
don't
she,
know.
I mean,
group
she
of people?
nailed it. They jumped into that water. They stayed in for longer than
They
I
did.
expected.
Oh, yeah.
I almost
If
feel like
I'm doing that, I am. You.
I'm in
you
and
can't
out.
even see me. I'm in and out.
No,
so
no.
fast.
I almost felt like that was a producer thing where they're like, we got to get the shot of you two kissing in the
Yeah.
water without all these people around. There's so many good ones, but Kelsey A might be the winner.
I know she
She
might.
is
She really
really
might.
good.
She is great.
Yeah.
She's great, and
She's
he really
good.
likes her.
She's extremely comfortable being vulnerable with him.
Mm-hmm.
The conversations, obviously, they brought it back to her family again, and I think that their conversations maybe to me are the most real. You
Yeah.
know, like they have the most like okay, we're getting
he-
this out of
yeah,
the way.
and he
He's
acknowledged
very,
that
He's very
too,
receptive to
yeah.
it. Yeah.
He was like, after they even talked at the dinner portion, like just in his interview, being like, feel like we were really getting so much closer, and that was such like an honest and conversation. And,
Honesty goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And not to like break the fourth wall on it a little bit, but it does feel like of all the contestants, she has been one of the more quiet ones on social media.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, 'cause-
I mean, I can't help but look at all these girls have been posting on social more than
Right.
a lot of past seasons. Maria's been pretty active.
Maria's been
Daisy's
very
been pretty
active.
active.
I've been
Yeah.
hiding away from all of them. I haven't seen any of this. But
Yeah.
that's but
Just
that,
on Instagram, I see it.
Yeah.
Their stories pop up, and they're definitely out there. Kelsey A, I haven't seen much of
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Interesting.
So-
Ooh, something to keep in mind.
I know
guess.
it is. It definitely is. It definitely is.
That is interesting. I mean, she could also be heartbroken and not wanting to
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
also
it.
very possible.
You never know.
It's true.
But it is true. I think that her vulnerability, her realness
Yeah.
is really translating to Joey for sure.
Totally.
And that certainly secured her hometown spot.
Totally.
That conversation.
Big time.
Definitely, she did get a rose. And by the way, Joey did not give out a rose on the group date, which I feel like has really become a trend for the
Yeah.
group date before hometowns. More often than not, now it feels like the Bachelor, the Bachelorette's like, I need more time to think about this one.
I agree with
fair.
it. I think the
Yeah.
stakes are too high to
Yeah,
be
they are.
giving out a group date rose for a hometown.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think you can't do that.
Yep.
Also, too, the group date itself, like, I feel like most times the girl who gets the group date rose is the girl who, like, was the best on the group date. Just
Right.
because you're the best on the group date doesn't mean, like, I want to go meet your parents.
Right. Kelsey T is not getting the rose because she drank elk milk
Right.
faster than the
No.
other girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you
That's
can't have that.
crazy.
You can't.
No.
Even though she was lactose intolerant, which is like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Then just don't do it. Right?
I would not
it's
do
not
that.
It's not a big deal. Like, and again, she drank
God,
that milk
that's a level
regardless.
of an
Maybe
upset-
thinking she was
upset.
going to get a rose for it.
Was it Rachel or Kelsey T?
We'll have an upset tummy.
Oh, I don't know.
There was I don't whichever
all
one.
a
If you're
blur.
lactose
I'm not
intolerant,
gonna remember
probably
either.
stay away from the milk.
It was all a blur.
Yeah. Either way, someone was willing to drink milk being lactose intolerant.
crazy.
Never in a million years.
But you know what is interesting too though is that yes, that is a huge rose to give, but it's not like they had a cocktail party where he got to talk to any of them more. They went right
So
into
true. So
they went
true.
right into the rose ceremony. It was
So
like
true.
he was like, "Hey, I need more." He needed, I guess, just needed more time to sit on it himself. But the only person he talked to again was Maria to just
Yeah.
kind of be like, "Hey, double checking,
Yeah.
we're good, right?" And she definitely needed to reassure him.
Yes.
Which is why I'm like, as it plays out, I'm like, oh, so Maria, like now I'm like, one of these girls has to be at the end and has some kind of panic. Like I don't,
Definitely.
you know, I don't
Definitely.
know, I don't know, but that's she was very confident in being like, I will stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
stay. Come on.
She was always going to stay. I think getting the last rose was a good little, like, don't do it again, girl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think that made her sweat for a minute, but we all knew. We knew what was going to happen.
You know who I think is going to be sad when the season is over more than usual is Jesse Palmer because him and Joey play a lot of tennis together.
Yeah, they do.
Everywhere they go,
Wow,
it's
they
them
do.
just playing tennis
Right.
matches, and that's sort of how they do the walk and talk.
Yeah.
They tennis and talk.
Yeah.
And they're like, how you feeling, buddy? And they got their rackets.
That's so true,
gonna be
Trent. I
sad.
didn't think about that. Oh, best buddies.
Right.
That's,
and we seem like we've got a lot of Canada out of this season too. Which
absolutely.
About,
which I'm sure he's thrilled about. Yeah. Jesse Palmer, I think, well, he obviously loves The Bachelor, loves doing The Bachelor more than The Bachelorette, but he always ends up like broing out pretty hard with The Bachelor. Yeah. He always like,
yep.
The last few Bachelors have all been very like bro-y.
Especially if they're like an athlete. He's like, all right.
I was like, I can do that.
We've already got common ground. Yeah.
You showering after? What's the deal?
Yeah.
Let's get in there.
Yeah.
Bows.
Give it a little tap on the butt.
Good game.
Little towel.
That's all Jesse Palmer's in it for.
That's all he's, that's all he wants
That's
to do.
something Chris Harrison just wasn't, he wasn't like,
No.
I mean, he likes golf, but he wasn't like.
A locker room guy?
He was just kind of like, it was a very different style.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's definitely very true. So Kelsey T and Jen got sent home. They did not get roses.
Sad. My girl Jen. I rode with her pretty hard the whole time.
I know,
but
she's so great. And
it was obvious though.
Yeah, it makes me sad
Yeah.
because it's like, it always makes me sad when somebody opens up about their like family life and then gets sent home. Like I don't think that is the reason she was sent home.
No.
She like Joey had stronger connections with the other girls, but it always is kind of like tough when the girl is like, oh, just let you know, like it's there's a cultural thing, and my mom may never, really talking about like her relationship with her mom. It's just the timing where she's like, oh, like my mom, the Vietnamese culture, the American culture, it's just part of like, there's parts of me that my mom will never understand, and bringing somebody home is like a big thing. And then it's like, you?
And
no, not
but
dealing
it
with that.
wasn't, I'm with you. I know it wasn't because of that.
It wasn't because of that.
Because you
But
have
it's
to have.
just because it happens.
It just happens right at that time.
Yeah.
They could have had that conversation, weeks ago.
Yeah.
It would have been fine, but they just happen to be having it right before talking about meeting parents.
Yeah.
And she just didn't have a strong enough connection with him as much as the other girls. Like, she was great the whole time. She was great. I think he really liked her, but they never really got to that point where it was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, it just always kind of stayed where it was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sad because I love her.
I like Kelsey T too.
I loved her too. Love her.
So she's
exit, like it's sadder to me when they get into the SUV and they drive away and they don't say anything.
I agree.
She just sat there and was just like,
yeah,
fuck.
agree.
She didn't say anything though, and it was just like, and then they cut away from her.
Yeah.
It was sad to me.
It was sad. Even her hug goodbye was kind of like,
Oh, she says Joey Joe.
oh, that was sad.
Joey Joe.
Joey Joe. And then the nice big hug, and then just barely even a goodbye.
I know. You kind of you don't forget, but like they don't talk to him at all.
No.
They're just sometimes they walk him out.
That would fuck with me for sure.
I would
need
pissed.
a long
sometimes
conversation.
I will say sometimes I don't know if that's like on Joey or what, but they do. Sometimes it is like, hey, can I walk you out? And they do have one extra little conversation.
So true.
Joey said no.
All Joey did was he would hug when Jen and Kelsey T left. He did the turn to watch them walk.
Yeah.
He was nice enough to do that. He didn't just like stay forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure you're free to talk to them if you want.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But he's just like, nope.
It's sad.
I'm sure like even if the girl, like I'm sure if one of the girls was like, hey,
can you walk me out?
Can you walk me out? Let's
Absolutely.
talk to you. That's an option.
Absolutely.
But sometimes it's just, nothing.
Maybe he
nothing
reads
more
the
to be
vibe.
said.
Like Kelsey T did not seem like she wanted to talk to him anymore. Like she seemed like she wanted to get the fuck out of there. And maybe he just kind of took that cue, and was like, all right.
I think, and I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but I think we're at a point in the season where I think we're going to like Joey throughout.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can fall apart at the end. We've seen that happen a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he could screw this up. I mean, he definitely could. Yeah. But I don't think he's going to.
I don't think so either.
He's had a really good season.
It's a really good season, and it's also all really great girls left. Like at this point, none of these girls, all of them deserve it, and none of them deserve to go home.
They're all really great. And I know that there's been some rumors about the status of Paradise.
Oh,
how so?
You just if it was going to come back. I think that's
what?
Yeah.
This is breaking news.
Yeah.
Where'd you hear this?
Oh man, TikTok.
Oh my God.
Talk?
They're
on the talk?
There are talks
I don't know. Someone said it on TikTok.
Oh, right,
What's your source? Some random person on TikTok.
The internet?
So there are talks that Paradise is not happening this year?
Yes, there were whispers of maybe
I won't stand for that. And when I say that, I'll just tweet about it a couple times.
I'll tweet about it a couple times and be upset, but
Like if we, well, I don't want to say that even. Like if what is the discussion like between Golden Bachelor and Paradise? Are they like we're stretched too thin?
Could be that.
I'm making that up. That's speculation.
No, but they are doing Golden Bachelorette.
They are.
Yes, allegedly.
We need Paradise.
We need Paradise. Although Golden Bachelorette, a bunch of
really
old
good.
guys,
Bunch of old guys.
So good.
I want both.
I want both. I want it all. Why can't we have it all? Is the question.
Have you tracked down your ironclad source?
Right.
Nope.
Right,
I haven't.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to. We'll have to keep our eyes
I'm just
peeled
going to cross
for that.
my fingers.
Cross
That's
my
all
fingers.
I'm just seeing like some people on. Is Bachelor in Paradise? Is this the end of Bachelor in Paradise? But
It can't be.
But then some articles are like, Bachelor in Paradise will be back like probably late 2024. So
Might have to hit up R. Mills.
I know.
See what he says.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I mean, last season kind of sucked. So
Right. No, for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised
for sure.
But if we're
being
like that season sucked, let's cancel the show. That's probably a bad precedent to set.
Oh,
right.
Yes, and that
Also,
show has
did it
its ups
suck
and
that
downs,
bad?
but
I don't remember.
I feel like it was
I thought
kind of.
Paradise sucked this.
I feel like it
season.
was kind of. Well, it was full of like bullshit drama, right? It was just like so much drama. But who are we to
And
sneeze at
was
that?
there like any real success out of it?
No. I think they have to keep Paradise.
Blake
just for
and
just
Jess,
for the
that
mess.
was that didn't
Don't
work
they?
out.
Just for the mess.
We like a mess.
Yeah.
How about Blake Moynes and Zach Clark just being like on a trip to South Africa together?
Oh my
Have
God,
you
are
seen
they?
Is that happening?
Good for them.
Yeah, they're just like, you should see. They're
Interesting.
their post on social has been cracking me up. Like just like videos of them like in a hotel room, like in double beds together.
Unbelievable.
Interesting. Were they like friends before?
I think so.
Huh.
I mean, they were on the same season.
Oh yeah, duh.
I don't know what Instagram
takes
gives
your
me what it
season.
doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Like I follow both of these people. Why is it not showing up on
Like,
Instagram?
I don't know.
Instagram,
I also
please
follow-
give me more
I also
Blake
follow
Moynes.
both of these people, and it never comes up for me.
Yeah.
Bachelor people never come up for me.
That is bizarre.
I don't know.
I see too
get,
much.
I get a lot of Daisy Maria content.
Yeah, well,
not together, but separately.
Well, what is it? You're probably checking out their profiles more than Blake
True
Moynes
facts.
is.
True facts.
Telling on myself.
Yep.
Fully telling on
It's
myself.
like for some reason the algorithm is
Exposed.
giving me more of the ladies than they are Blake Moynes and Zach
So
Clark in
weird.
Africa.
Exposed.
Shit.
Exposed. Pervert.
Shit. No.
Pervert.
No, but whatever. Shit.
I will say though, Daisy is like Daisy and Maria are two of the contestants to have the biggest Instagram following in a while out of the show.
This season, I just recorded the golf podcast earlier today, and it's crossing over to them where they're like, I'm here and this season's great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it is
Yeah.
great.
Ooh.
Joey's great. The
Right.
girls are
Yes.
great.
Right. Yes.
It's
It's
the first one in a while where it's getting a
It's
little
got buzz from everybody.
It
Yep.
does. And it really comes back to the girls are great. Joey's great.
Joey's great. Well, there's our girl Bachelor Data.
Yep.
She's always putting up
Daisy hit
interesting facts.
I think Daisy hit like 400,000 followers.
Because I feel like
is
in the
the
past
highest
couple
amount
seasons, you're
of-
lucky if you get 75.
Oh yeah,
completely.
Maybe.
hitting
she's
like
posting
100 was
about-
like huge.
Crazy.
Yeah.
When it used to be,
Yeah,
you were
these-
as a kingmaker.
Oh my
Anything
God.
you did.
Maria joins Daisy with 300,000 followers. They're the fastest to hit the milestone since Peter and Matt seasons in 2020 and 2021. It's a big deal. Maria also dominates screen time. She gets this is what I noticed.
she
gets the
she
most
gets
amount of screen time.
an absurd
So much.
amount of screen time
More
compared
than
to everybody
anybody.
else.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
she's
me
got a great
too.
personality and she like,
Yeah, she's
No
good.
complaints
She's
from
good.
Trent.
nope.
My other favorite thing.
That's my Insta story.
My other favorite thing
popping
was
up.
Leia. Sorry.
Yeah.
Leia becoming the first active contestant to lose followers after an episode.
She lost
Hilarious.
followers after
Hilarious.
Well, if you're an
that
asshole, it's going to happen.
Yeah, she lost
Exactly.
followers after that episode a couple weeks
Interesting.
ago.
I love Bachelor Data.
Yeah.
Great facts
It's
on
a
there.
great account.
Yeah. Okay, so let's that was it. So let's give out some roses and cut some stems.
Finally.
Oh.
Of our Coors Lights.
Oh, yes.
Let me say, guys,
So crisp.
I was in Colorado
Cheers.
this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I did
that's
enjoy
right.
I did enjoy a Coors Light or
Cheers.
two while I was
Ooh.
there. And it hits different out there.
Oh, isn't that just...
It really does.
That is some of the most beautiful
Oh my God.
landscapes you'll ever see.
I've never seen it.
Stunning.
I've never seen the mountains out west. I've never been to
Never
that.
been to Colorado?
I've been to Denver, but like during the warm
No.
months.
I've only been to Denver
So-
when it's like fall time, like before
Yeah.
snow.
But up in the
Bummed out about
mountains?
it.
No, it was crazy.
It was great.
Yeah.
Makes you never
You
want to
look like
leave.
you're having
It was
a good ass
gorgeous.
time.
No, it was
You guys were
really
on
fun.
inner tubes?
Yeah, it was really fun.
I saw ABBA playing. I was so jealous.
No, yeah.
Looked
We
like
had
really good time.
we had a great time, and enjoyed our Coors Light.
Jealous.
Obviously.
Jealous.
Cold.
Obviously.
Blue mountains. Blue as hell.
Yep, cold as the Rockies. So, you want to go out a rose trip? Cut a stem?
Oh yeah.
Kelly?
I mean,
Uh-oh.
Oh, I could go first.
yeah. Go ahead.
I'll go first.
Okay,
go,
Kelly.
I don't think I ever go first.
No.
Please.
Okay. I'm going to give my rose to Maria's self-awareness. Her realizing that the ultimatum she was trying to pull on the group dating show wasn't going to work and, walking it back
Yep.
and being like, listen, I think I lost my mind a little bit there. I need to make sure everything's all smoothed out. I'm feeling better now. I just got like upset. That takes, I think, a big person to be able to do, because most people would just like double down on it and be like, well, I'm worth it, like blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And it's like, no, this has a game element to it.
Yep.
You have to remember that. So I'm gonna give her my rose for that. I think that was masterfully played.
Yeah. I think she did just lose her head a little bit for a second.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And then my stem cut.
It's a tougher week.
It is
It
a tougher
is.
week.
There's really not a lot to.
Because there's not a lot of.
There was nothing
I'm thinking about
egregious.
The
I'm thinking about
location
the
was
dates.
great.
Yeah, right,
Location
like,
was
girls are
great.
great.
Nobody like fucked up. Nobody said the wrong thing. Nobody.
Yeah.
There was
I
no.
in my head, I was about to be like the polar plunge just because it's something I wouldn't do, but Kelsey was so hyped for that.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I can't cut that. It was such a good thing.
Was the broadcast that was a fake news broadcast that they were doing, or was it real?
The City TV.
Yeah,
I mean, City TV is real.
That's real, so yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't tell. It felt fake.
Right. But I think that's just like maybe the look of it.
Because
But also, could it be real? Would they be putting this girl on? Like, would they be showing them?
no, and also
Maybe
it
they weren't
felt
just
like
filming them.
it felt like the people around them also doing the polar plunge felt like actors to me.
Oh, yeah, that could be fair. I
couldn't
actually
decide.
do think those were real people.
No,
Could be.
wait, they're definitely real people.
No, definitely real people. You know what I mean? They're not like. I feel like they were.
They're not actors.
I thought maybe they were like part of production. You know?
Right.
Like,
I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and watch it.
Okay.
I'm
It's a
having a hard
tough.
time with the stem.
I mean, I got no idea what mine's gonna be.
I really don't know because everything was kind of lovely.
We can come back to you.
Yeah, maybe come back to me for
Although
a
I
stem
don't
cut.
have a stem either. What am I doing?
God, we have no stems to cut on cutting
It was
stems.
a good episode.
That's crazy.
That's when you
It was
know.
a really, yeah, it was
That's
a really
when
good
you
episode.
know.
Well, I mean, I guess I got one, but I'll give my rose to the hot tub in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's a staple. It's up there with the ambulance. It's
Yep,
up there.
yep.
It's just the show can go a lot of places. It's going to adapt to whatever, but you need the pillars of consistency.
Absolutely.
And the hot tub in the middle of nowhere is definitely one of them.
No ambulances this whole season so far, huh? Or have we seen one?
No.
Interesting.
No, we didn't.
Interesting.
Maybe we still got time, but it seems
Yeah.
unlikely unless
Yeah.
Joey like passes out in the last
We always
episode.
see
True,
one in the
could be.
preview. You know, they
I know.
always slap that ambulance in the trailer for the whole season.
And then I'm going to cut the stem of the group date. It's
Yeah.
really the only little part of the episode that I was just like, I don't know if you need to. Do you need group dates at this late? I guess you probably do, so all the girls get
Yeah,
involved.
yep, yep.
But it just feels like, I guess this is a long one.
So it was the last group date.
Last group date, offering up the rose, it feels like a mistake. I don't know if that's the stem cut, but having a rose on the line during the group date,
Yeah.
I think they got to get rid of that.
I
Fair.
agree. I agree.
At this stage, not in
At
general.
this stage.
No, yeah, at this
Yeah,
stage,
yeah,
very much at this stage. The rest of the way's fine.
Kelly, have you thought of something?
I took the only thing.
Yeah,
I
you
was
really
like,
did take the
I know,
only
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I think
Yeah.
I will stick to I'll be selfish about my stem cut and I will cut the polar
Yeah.
plunge only because if I was going on a date and somebody was like, "Hey, here we are, we're going to do a polar plunge." I'd be like, "That fucking sucks." Like
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
do it
Fair.
for sure. I would do it, but I would really be like, we can't do anything else. You got to go in that hot tub, that beautiful hot tub on your date, and now I got to go, I'm an icicle.
They did get a nice sauna afterwards.
True, which
has
is
to feel
lovely.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
to be honest, like it is really nice to do a cold plunge. And then I've been to a spa. I've been out,
Oh yeah.
the spas, they do that. They have the cold pools and then you go to the hot pools. That's the best.
I've been to a Turkish bathhouse in the city.
Oh yeah,
with the
I know
boys,
about that.
Yeah.
I know that place.
and it's great. And they have all the different rooms.
Yeah.
You get really hot, you get really cold.
There's also
Pretty nice.
I was
Air
actually just,
Ancient Baths.
Yeah, I was just
has
talking to
that
Joe
too.
about the Turkish bathhouse because Joe also loves that Turkish bathhouse.
No way.
Yeah.
And he was saying that that it would actually be a great place for like single girls to go, and I was like, but is it?
No, not really.
Because like what?
No.
Because it's groups of guys, and do they really want to be disturbed?
Not necessarily. It's it also gives like pervy vibes. However, the Air Ancient Baths is
that's much more expensive.
Much more expensive, but it's same vibe.
Yeah,
it's very coupley though.
Yeah, okay.
I've noticed. Last time I went, it was like I went at night, which I had never gone before, and it was like couples.
But the Turkish bathhouse is just like a lot of guys.
It's a lot of guys, but it is. Men and women can go.
Oh, 100%. But I only ever hear about guys going.
Same.
To that.
I mean, I went with like 8 guys.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. One time I got invited on one of those trips. They were like, "You want to come to the bathhouse?" And it was like a bunch of the guys here, and I was like, I don't think that I'm allowed. I think that would be weird if I did.
It's actually great because there's a bar down there.
Yeah, no,
it sounds great.
It's unbelievable.
It sounds great.
It's a great spot. Anyway, I'm gonna give my rose to. Man. I'm going to give my rose to Daisy because I admire her commitment to like not just like jumping in because you're supposed to jump in. You know?
Yes.
Like not being like, oh, I'm falling in love. I'm so excited. Like really being honest with her feelings. At this stage, I respect because it is risky. Like, you really are risking being sent home at that point too. There was also a funny I did laugh at Joey when they were getting into the hot tubs and they'd put on their bathing suits and he came out and he went, "It's a bit nippy."
We love Joey.
We love Joey.
This squad loves Joey.
He got me a good giggle. No, honestly,
nippy.
like I'm feeling a little too defensive of him. I don't know if you guys have seen Nick Viall's podcast clips of like talking about the season.
No.
What is he saying? That
he's like he likes Joey.
Yeah.
But he's critical.
He doesn't like
always
anybody.
is. One, he made fun of his hair, which I was like,
first of all, okay, he's so jealous of him.
I was like,
if Nick Viall is making fun of Joey's hair,
Nick said that Joey's hair looked like Willy Wonka.
Take a nap. He's a new dad.
He said Joey's haircut looked like Oompa Loompa hair.
Oh my God. Get over yourself, Nick Viall. That's insane.
I said, and from somebody who
he's
is
cranky.
Nick's haircut that great? Like,
no, it's not. And it never has been, by the way. It never has been.
But he's also a guy who had a glow up.
Well, Nick's haircut got a lot better. But that's what I'm saying.
It's better now.
When he was on the show.
But it's still not Joey.
When he was on Caitlin Bristow's season.
No, literally choke,
yeah.
Nick. Like,
I think he would admit to that. I would hope.
No, I know, which is why I'm saying, like, you're going to give Joey shit for his hair on the show. His hair looks great.
I am blown away by that. And all that says to me is, one, he's grumpy, lack of sleep, new dad.
Yeah.
Two, he's so jealous of Joey that the only thing he can think of to say is that he has bad hair. Get out. Get out.
Well, the world is very team Joey, so he's definitely hearing from him.
Of course.
But I do feel like a lot of Nick's critiques like lie with the show. Like he was like, Joey says that he's afraid that people are gonna like leave him. Like, why? Like, let's get deeper. Like, let's hear like Joey share more. Like, Joey, tell you, like, we want to know more about you.
Know
but
that
like
already?
that's how The Bachelor always is. You never go that deep on the lead.
True, but I also feel like we know, like he has gone kind of deep.
I felt like he has shared a lot.
I feel like he shared a lot. I feel like he's been really transparent. I think we can all draw the conclusion of him, getting second place or whatever, like has affected him. Like, context clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to have it all spelled out for you.
Yeah. Let's turn our brains on.
Just gonna see if I could. I know.
Let's turn our brains on.
Yeah, for like 1 minute. Like I get it, but
yeah. Nick
Viall shitting on his hair. Oh my God. Pray for him.
The caption was dying to know more about Joey. Like who cuts his hair and how has he evolved as a boyfriend over the years?
Unnecessary.
Okay, then have him on your fucking podcast, Nick. I don't know. Like what?
Yeah. Yep. So anyway,
we love Joey.
We love
Joey. His hair's perfect,
and I will
he
cut the stem of God. I don't really have anything either. I'll cut the stem. Oh man,
I know.
It's impossible.
You can give out 2 roses if you want.
Yeah.
No.
You gotta stick to the format.
Yeah, it's the name of the show.
No changes.
It is, but we did ours.
Yeah,
but both of ours were kind of a stretch.
This group has even come around on Jesse. Like, what are you supposed to cut? At this
I know,
point?
right?
Seriously.
Like, this has just been a really
we could not be more
top
positive crew.
Yeah,
it's a great season.
It's a bunch
really good.
And you would think ABC's like paying us. They're not.
No, they're really not.
Can't even get a call. They're ripping me off.
They did a fake Trent.
100%.
We should be furious with them this season.
I'm not.
They ripped you off.
Exactly.
Joey, I have so much love for Joey. I would
never. Insert fake Trent.
That's
crazy.
Hilarious.
I still lay awake at night and think about it, but that's fine.
What a crazy thing for them to do. So insulting.
I thought I would hear from Robert Mills too after we
I thought
shit
so
on it.
too.
Yeah.
Nothing. I might just be out. I might be out of the inner circle.
Wow.
No, never.
That's so tough.
I'm going to cut the stem of.
This is incredible because there's nothing to
damn
cut.
it.
There's nothing. It's so
It's like
hard.
Banff was beautiful.
You know,
Jesse was great.
Yeah.
Joey
well,
was
they're
great.
in Jasper.
They're in Jasper.
Jasper people don't
Banff
come
was
after
beautiful.
me. Does anybody
Yeah.
live out there?
Isn't Caitlin Bristow from Alberta?
I think.
Oh.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
have no idea.
I'm pretty sure she is.
I just did a
I'm like-
thoughtful pause and I had nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like 99% sure that the only
Yeah.
reason I know about Alberta, Canada is because that's where Caitlin
Right.
Bristow
Well,
is
it's a
from.
province, right? It's pretty large.
I know nothing about it, but you know,
I was going to look.
I know she's talked about Alberta before.
Isn't that God? This is some top
No,
notch.
this is bad. This is
Stalling?
This is American.
No, but this is just like
American
some real
education.
like American ignorance right here.
yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Canadian provinces.
She is from Alberta.
I knew it.
Luddick,
I knew it.
Alberta, Canada.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
yeah. I mean, Alberta's ginormous,
Okay.
but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a lot of provinces.
Okay. Listen.
There's a lot of provinces out.
Geography
I'm just
is
saying
not my strong
Alberta is a
suit.
province, not like one
Okay, well,
city.
regardless, Caitlin Bristow from
It's like
Alberta.
Ontario.
Got it. Got it.
My American brain can't do it.
I don't know either. I don't know anything
I know
about
states and capitals.
As I am so sorry to all. We have a good Canadian following. I apologize.
it. Oh, do we? Oh, I'm
shouldn't.
so sorry.
We
to the
definitely
Canadian.
no, we do. We do.
I mean, I
Well,
love
Chicks in the
that.
Office does, so
I
would
love
assume
the
it
idea
translates
of
to both.
Canada. Like I said, I've been there one time. Love it. Fantastic. Unfortunately, I am an
Yeah.
ignorant asshole and I know nothing.
You know what? I'm cutting my own stem.
Cut your. Do it, Fran.
Cut this
do it.
other
Cut
trio
all.
here.
I cut my
Cut
own
all our
stem.
tops off here
Yep, and that's it. I got nothing.
for that display on Canada just now. I'm
it's
very
all in,
sorry.
It's all in jest. We love our Canadian following, and we
I
love
cut my
our
own stem.
our northern brethren.
Yeah, of course.
That's where
America's
I'm at. I
hat.
got nothing else to say.
To be fair, I know just as little about the United States. Geography's never been my thing.
yeah.
It's pretty close for me as well.
Yeah.
So
Not good.
not good.
Not
Well, at least we can get through the 50 states alphabetically.
Exactly. Yeah. You're welcome. Dare we do it again?
No, we don't need to do
No,
it
I'm kidding. We can't sing
in front
it.
of Trent.
We can't. We don't have
You
the
guys have
same
done this
tune
before?
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without you here.
We don't have the same
50-nifty.
tune though. People
We don't
hated
sing the
that.
same song.
I got a lot of shit for that, by the way. People were like,
Because you sing a
so
different
annoying.
song.
No.
Oh, just
people
for
said I
singing?
was annoying for singing the whole thing. They're
Oh.
like, give it up already. People were pissed.
Okay, well,
I said, hey, shut your fucking mouth.
yeah. Also, like, as somebody who does perform the 50 nifty often, you can't
Yeah.
start it and not.
You can't stop
start
it
and not
halfway
end.
through. You
Like,
cannot stop it halfway
You're doing all
through.
50 states alphabetically. Once you start, you're getting all the way to the end.
Even halfway through, I had a big sigh. I said, I gotta finish it.
Exactly.
Now that I start, I gotta
exactly.
finish it.
So we won't do it, but
we
I'm just
we
gonna cut
can't.
my own stem and move on because that's how I feel about that.
Okay.
Okay. Next week is hometowns.
Woo.
Looks like a very classic hometown episode.
Yep.
Parents asking all the same questions.
Excited for Maria's dad.
I'm also excited for Maria's
Very
dad.
excited.
He seems like a character.
Kind of looks like an
love a
old
character.
rock star.
He
Yeah,
really
big
does.
time.
He really does. And I did see some girls TikTok. Once again, my sources are legit.
Yeah, you're really cruising TikTok these days,
yeah,
Fran.
Yeah, I am. I saw this girl's TikTok who had shared that she would always see Maria at like One Direction things.
Oh.
Because she was like a One Direction stan. And that she could have swore that at some point maybe Maria had hooked up with one of them. Or so she was saying. This was a video that went viral. Literally could be made up. It was a
That's so
random
fun.
girl who was just
Maria's like
she was
the-
I
the-
recognize Maria because she was in the One Direction stan world when I was in the One Direction.
She's like the woman of many
Yes.
faces. Like she's everywhere.
Right, but
she was in the
she
pacifier
said-
or whatever.
Yes,
With
yes.
Vin Diesel
Yes.
as a
She's
She's
child.
like the
Did we
Forrest
discuss
Gump of The
that?
Bachelor.
I know.
Right.
Right.
Everywhere.
She's
She
everywhere.
is everywhere. The girl said that she had always assumed that her dad was like somebody in the music industry. Which I don't think is accurate though, because she said that her dad makes sprinkles.
She did say
Oh
that.
yeah, but didn't somebody say it was like sprinkles cupcakes?
No, I think sprinkles.
It's literally sprinkles.
Yeah, because she said
so
that
it's
her
like
family
sprinkle money.
her family had
because that's
yeah.
some deep.
I believe
shit.
she said her family had like a candy chocolate factory
What is
or
her
something.
last name? Do we know? Maria?
Georges. Gorgas.
Something like that.
Georg.
Jorgus.
And
Sprinkle money
and that
made
her
me laugh.
dad her dad peeled off to just sprinkles.
They got sprinkle money.
Yeah. I think that's what she said. So
I'm trying to find.
He looks like an old rocker.
He does.
He looks
That's what I'm saying. That coming back around.
Yeah.
Maybe people made that assumption about him back in her One Direction stan days because he just looks like he's in the music industry.
He really does. But if they got sprinkle money, he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying.
Think about
I'm trying
if you
to
just
read.
like make.
She
Listen,
also
if
did
you-
say.
Sprinkles.
She did say too that she was very close with her dad.
Very, very close.
Or grew up with, with a lot
very
of men.
close.
If you-
Oh yeah,
That's what he
the
said. Daddy's
Ontario,
girl.
Yes, Ontario native seemingly had a comfortable upbringing as her dad, Nick Georges, is the CEO of Jubilee Candy Corporation.
There you go.
Jubilee Candy.
That's that.
Candy
that's
money?
that Willy Wonka money.
That's
yeah,
right.
right. That is that. Also, Jubilee is the queen involved.
yeah.
You know.
If you have candy money, I mean, that's it.
No. Candy money is
Jubilee.
another. Candy money is not talked about enough.
No, it's
It's
not.
true.
It's really not.
And I'm
If
like,
you are big in the up the corporate ladder of candy,
No, they literally
I'm
make
funding
sprinkles
those
as well.
empires.
I told
They
you.
literally make sprinkles. Jubilee Candy Corp sprinkles,
Sprinkles.
and then other things as well. But
Yeah. But sprinkles is the big thing.
Sprinkles is
big
the
thing.
moneymaker.
So we'll be visiting Daddy Sprinkles
Wow.
next week.
Jubilee Candy is
Sprinkles.
creating a wide range. I'm fascinated by this. Shapes, custom made shapes, of course, corporate logos, flavored shapes ranging from peppermint candy. Committed to quality products. Sugar sprinkles, non-parallels, holiday, confetti shapes.
They do it all.
Naturals and chips, all candy.
They do it all.
That's
Wow,
the
that
way you
looks
got to
good.
think if you want to get that rich. You can't be like, oh, I have these huge ideas.
No.
You just got to
No,
be
no,
like,
no.
what does everybody use that people don't even think about?
Yep. Candy. Sprinkles.
Yeah, well, that's always the regret when you're like, how did I not invent that? You know?
right. Post-its. People
Yeah,
get
exactly.
Romeo and Michelle.
Okay. I think that wraps it up for an episode that we said we didn't have a lot to say. We've been talking for an hour. Of
course.
So that's the way the cookie crumbles. Candy joke.
Hey.
Thank you. We'll be back next week for Hometowns, so stay tuned.